Hey everyone, today I want to talk to you about how to sell your home in Florida for the absolute most money possible. My name is Brandon Inglesby and I'm the licensed real estate broker for Wolves Realty in Daytona Beach. And like I said, today we're going to go over how to sell your home in Florida for the absolute most money possible. So if you don't mind, if you could hit the like button for this video and hit the subscribe button, that little bell next to it, I would definitely appreciate it. Now let's dive into those tips. All right, so tip number one is going to be not pricing the home astronomically high. It's okay to push it a little bit, but one of my favorite things to consider is that the longer the home sits on the market, the less valuable it is to the marketplace. So with that being said, it's really important to price it in a place where, obviously you're going to get, maximum value for the home, but also to where it's not going to sit for so long that people maybe think that there's something going on with that particular property. So tip number two that I have for you is to be realistic, right? And I don't mean that, you need to sell the home for a lot under market value or anything like that. But a lot of times what I see is people wanting to sell their house for the maximum amount of money that they could get for it if it was fully renovated, had a new roof, a new AC, a new water heater, all this stuff. Meanwhile, a lot of the stuff in the house is, more out of date. The roof only has 5 years left on it. The water heater needs to be replaced. And yet they still expect to get as much as, the house down the street that had, new all of those things. My next tip is going to be don't undervalue a fresh coat of paint. This goes for the exterior as well as the interior, especially in Florida. We have a lot of that salty air. Over time, the exterior paint can look pretty rough sometimes. So getting that really nice curb appeal with a nice exterior, coat of paint, is going to give people a great first impression when they pull up to the property. That whole topic of curb appeal leads me into saying that, things such as flower beds and mulch, rock, things around the property that are going to make it look better is something that you should definitely consider. I mean, we've all seen HGTV, the way a house looks, before and after adding some of these things is absolutely drastic and it'll make the house worth more. Another big thing when you're trying to get the absolute most money for a home is making sure that when you list the property, it's done with professional photography as well as videography. I can't tell you how many times I see even professional real estate agents using their phones or something like that to get the photos for a property. And all that really does is it's doing you a disservice because it doesn't shed the best light on that particular house. The last tip I have before bringing the home to market is going to be making sure that you declutter the property as much as possible. When people come in to see the house, they're going to want to make sure that they can kind of visualize themselves living there and things like that. And if you have rooms full of stuff, just random stuff, people aren't going to really be able to visualize themselves being in the home, and it's going to make their offers lower if they do even decide to put in one. With that being said, one thing I would definitely recommend is that you reach out to a local real estate professional, have them come in, explain to them, how old the roof is, the AC, the water heater, all those things that I, mentioned, right? And they'll have a look at the upgrades and things like that. And then from there, you can make an educated decision on whether or not it's going to be worth, you putting in the work and renovating those things, or if you should go to market with a price that, takes those things into account. Now what I want to go into is what needs to happen during showings and after listing the property. One little thing to consider whenever you're having showings at your property is to make sure that the property itself actually has a good aroma to it, it has a good smell. It's really important because, like I said earlier on another item, is when people are walking through it, they want to feel at home. And if it smells like a, damp, vacant house, they're not going to be able to picture themselves living there. Whereas if you maybe have air fresheners and the oil diffuser things, different things like that going on throughout the house, it may make them feel, more comfortable in the space where they can actually picture themselves living there. Now, the next tip, riding off of that last one, of making people feel comfortable, is making sure that you don't have the house too hot and you have the AC going at a good temperature. So many times I go show property and it'll be a vacant house and they have it 82 degrees in there. How is anyone supposed to be comfortable in that? So I definitely recommend keeping it, in that anywhere from like 72 to maybe 76 at really the highest. That way when people are doing multiple showings in a day, they don't feel like they want to rush out of your property because it's so hot. Now, the last tip that I have for you in this video is to not always reject that first offer so quickly. So many times I hear homeowners where when I'm selling their house and I present the first offer, they go, oh, well, that's the first offer. There is no way that that's going to be the best offer that we get. And really, a lot of times, the pool of buyers that have been searching for homes that have been missing out on homes are going to be the first people that are going to pop into your house to take a look at it. So a lot of times that first offer actually might be one of the strongest offers and one of the best potential buyers for your house. So with that being said, it's important not to shoot it down so fast and come back with a reasonable counter and hopefully get a deal done pretty quick. So that's going to wrap up this video. I hope these tips really helped you out. Once again, my name is Brandon Inglesby. I'm the broker and owner at Wolves Realty in Daytona Beach. And like I said earlier, if you don't mind, if you could go hit that subscribe button, give me a like, and don't forget to comment and ask any questions that you may have. And if you want to reach out to me directly, all of my information is going to be down below in that description. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.